Power 106, LA's #1 for hip hop. Bryhana here with the beautiful and the lovely Victoria Monet, girl.
Hi.
I'm so excited to have you here. I mean, you're a mom. So much has been going on throughout the pandemic. Just catch up with your life and how life is going.
Oh my God, so many things.
Yeah.
So many things, but I feel blessed. Super excited to be here, especially in person.
Yes.
As you know, most things we've been using Zoom for the past year, everyone. So yeah, I'm excited for everything to come. Balancing motherhood and career.
Yes. How do you do that? I'm sure it's so much.
I think it's made me a better communicator. I thought I was really good at communicating because songs are like words and stuff, but no, this is another level. Like just making sure that me and my boyfriend, we're both able to do what we need to do, like taking turns, watching Hazel, like all the adult things, like real life.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
How has that changed like your day to day though? So like what do you what do you do? Like how do you start your day basically?
Ooh, Hazel loves to wake up around 5:36 in the
5:30?
morning. Yeah.
Good job.
So the first thing on my mind is her, making sure she's straight.
Yeah.
And the rest of the days are so different depending on what I have going on. For example, today was a lot of press stuff in the morning.
Yeah.
I had glam in the morning. Sometimes it's like it's the training in the morning and then vocal lesson and then studio.
Wow.
On Wednesday it's a music video. So like it changes all the time, but definitely have my mom here for now, helping out. You know? Shout out to grandmas of the world.
Exactly.
Superheroes.
So you just had your 1 year for Jaguar. How does that? You said that you didn't even take time to celebrate, which is so crazy.
You know what? We're working. We just keep working. We keep going forward. I have a great team that's always reminding me of all of the great things that we've done, but also just pushing forward to the next step because I'm an independent artist.
Right.
So the workload sometimes is a little bit heavier. But yeah, we're looking forward and we're pushing to the next great things.
Yeah, and you actually had a post where you talked about like you said mid-pandemic, 4 months pregnant, being an independent artist. Talk to me like how the pandemic, just like your day-to-day, like what you were doing, how it changed your life and just being an independent artist.
The first few weeks of pandemic, I feel like I didn't really know that it was going to be, well, no one knew it was going to be this long.
Yeah.
So I kind of took that break. I was like, you know what? We can't really do anything. So let me just rest my mind. I think a lot of times as musicians, we're just so caught up in filling our time up with the studio, leaving at 3 a.m., back in there in the morning. Like, our whole lives are surrounded by music. And so it was a nice reason to have a break, just rest. And I think sometimes we forget that it takes your whole life to write certain songs. But if you're not experiencing some life things, then you have no real things to write about. So I think there was moments this year where I really had to look internally and figure out what it is about myself that I want to talk about, what I love, and take a little bit of time.
Right. Like, where did you pull that inspiration from, especially? Like, I feel like a lot of us, I know for me specifically, I was going through just the struggle through, like, mental health. Like, what did you do just to honestly just remain sane or just pull, and get some inspo?
Yeah, I really had to tap into other forms of art that I love, too. At one point, I was making setups to do skits and like there was I was like dressing as a guy and writing skits and acting like in trying to create a world for my music in the 70s era. So that was a moment. I was also taking time to like paint and color, like trying to use other sides of my brain and stay creative. And also therapy is a great resource. I used to look at it as this thing that was like for rich people and like it just sounded like, I don't
bougie.
know. Yeah. Yeah, that's the word. And so, but now that I'm experiencing it, seeing how it helps every area of your life, it's so important. And I know there's now apps that make therapy more accessible. Right. It's not just this big chunk of money that you have to use $500 for 5 minutes to talk to me and tell me all your problems. So there's more resources now for it. So I think therapy has been.
I think therapy is
super
actually
helpful.
a cool thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
For sure.
That's really important. So you said that you would create like skits.
Yeah.
So like acting skits, like improv with you and your boyfriend in the house, or like a coach?
No, I actually so my music was 70s inspired, and so I used to take, and I'm still taking inspiration from things from the 70s. So for example, one skit that I did in quarantine was like a whole what is it called, game show.
Yeah.
I did a game show for my
That's
song
cool.
called Dive, and I was the host. So I had a voiceover actor voice some things, and then I dressed as the game show host, and I went on Instagram Live, and I was letting my fans win prizes from the game show. It was like this whole, and mailing them out, and I had this whole interactive thing that we did. So it was. Can
you like act it out?
I think I need the mustache and stuff now, but
yeah, that's so awesome.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah,
just not taking yourself too seriously all the time.
Right. And let's talk about the music. I love this song, Coastin. It's such a fun record. Talk to me like about the inspiration behind the record.
Funny enough, it was written in the wintertime.
Wow.
I was pregnant.
Wow.
Shout out to the Stereotypes. They produced it along with Kyla, who plays the horns at the end.
That's awesome.
But I was really it was a form of escapism for me. I really tried to put myself in a place where I could have vitamin D and be outside and have a cocktail. So this song is just basically me manifesting and trying to put myself in that place.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm happy to be here. You know, we made it to summer.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more freedom now to be outside and have a bit of a summer life. So Coastin kind of gives you that soundtrack.
It really does. The fact that you had to imagine that during the winter. Like, what?
Yeah, belly out to here. I was like, I really want to be in a swimsuit, like in a pool, you know? And I was also really inspired by songs before me. So one being Groove Theory, Tell Me, you know, one being Mary Jane Girls,
Love that.
All Night. There's just some classics that have this super good feeling that I wanted to also be a part of.
Like, how do you want your fans to feel when they hear this record?
I think free is the word.
Yeah.
I think what I imagine for everyone is like top down, hair in the wind, just like a vibe.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I really do. The hair is blowing in the wind.
Yes,
right now.
yes.
I love that so much. So the record Coastin, we love the song. What's next? Like, I love your voice. I know you work with so many amazing artists.
Yeah.
When's the next album?
Yeah. It's on the way.
Dope.
You know, a lot of people who follow me closely, my fans will know that I've been saying that it's done.
Yeah.
It is. I've just been nitpicking, you know, like trying to be a perfectionist, and sometimes it's to my detriment, I admit, but like I just want to give everyone something that I'm like undeniably proud of. I'd play it anywhere in any room, like, so I'm just trying to perfect and tweak certain things, waiting for certain features to come in, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who are some, because you work with so many amazing artists, who's someone that you haven't yet that you really want to work with?
Beyonce.
Oh my gosh, you didn't work with Queen Bee?
No, it's a big dream.
So
it's a big dream of mine.
Yeah.
Also, I love Sade. She's also
that would be amazing.
Like, how do you even find her? Like, I feel like she's just somewhere in the world being great, living her life. Drake is another one that I would absolutely love.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you could pick your headliners for a concert, like 5 headliners, who would it be?
You know what? I'd have to say, I would bring back Aaliyah. Like, I would love to see her.
Yeah.
I would love to see Janet.
Oh, that'd be fire. Okay, so Aaliyah, Janet.
Beyonce, for sure. Sade.
Yes. Okay, one more.
Drake. Let's go for Drake.
Love that. So he's the only man on the lineup.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yes. But I feel like he's kind of, some of his music, he'll dip into Aaliyah's sound and Sade, so you might get a good mix.
Yeah. Now, you work with so many people like Ariana Grande. I know you helped write Thank You Next, 7 Rings, Needy. Writing these records that are hit records, like, how does that make you feel? Like, do you give yourself the credit that you deserve? Like, do you like realize who you are sometimes?
You know
like,
what? It's crazy. When it hits you is when you go to the concert.
Okay.
Because like, you know, even with social media, like say if 5,000 people like your post, it seems like just 5,000 people, but if you see 5,000 people in a room, like in a venue, you're like, oh, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really feel as real until you're like at a show and the whole arena's like these are like words that they know, you know, top to bottom, and they're so excited, and it just feels like such a part of their life, and you see their faces, you're like, oh my God, that was just a little idea in our minds, and you know, it's reached so many places in the world. So I think that's really why I miss live shows so much. It's like touching people, like seeing their emotions, and you know, it even makes me think, when live shows happen, I'm hoping people are more in the moment, like put their phones down, like, you know, just really connect.
Yeah.
I miss that so much.
I saw the documentary Ariana Grande's, and I just had like so much appreciation for her after I saw that. I'm like, this girl works her absolute ass off.
Yes.
And you being her best friend, I'm sure you get to see it like,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
better than any of us.
No,
of
yeah,
course.
she's definitely a hard worker. She has a great balance of like being sweet but being a boss. Like like this, you know, when you think of boss, sometimes you think of someone who's like stern and mean, but like she has this way of delivery for her whole team where everyone knows what they, you know, they're expected to do, and it's just like this organized system, and she has a sweet way of delivering it, but it's like it needs to be done.
Dope.
That's she's really inspiring in that way.
Yeah. And you've, you know, written for so many big artists. Like, where do you pull the inspiration from? Like, do you hear the beat first, or do they tell you your story? Like, what is that process like?
I personally, as a songwriter, love working from scratch. You know, every songwriter is different. Maybe some people love to hear a full production to get them inspired, but I love working with the most minimal, you know, one instrument to three at a time. It kind of gives you some more space to create your own melodies. I also feel like maybe songwriting can be looked at as a form of therapy too, because you're getting so many people's perspectives, and you have to like filter through that and find the meat of it and make something that someone else can relate to and maybe can help them through a certain problem that they're going through, you know.
So you're kind of like their therapist in a way, a little bit.
In a way, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't like therapy. I think people have crazy training for that, and it's very admirable. So I wouldn't give myself that much credit, but it's a form. Yeah, like I think it's it's just a form of therapy. Music in general, it's definitely medicinal.
Who would you say are like, or who has been your favorite artist to work with?
That's so hard. There's I've worked with so many amazing, and mostly they've been women. So many amazing women, and I can't even compare. Like they're all such different experiences.
Maybe like top 3.
Oh, sheesh. I mean, I definitely feel like when the artist loves the song enough to make it a single, it makes you feel really good. So I would have to name artists that I've had singles with. So Ari for sure.
Yeah.
I loved working with Chloe and Halle as well.
For Do It.
And that's technically 3.
Yeah, technically. But you can add like one more in there.
I do also, I have enjoyed working with Normani as a solo artist. Nothing that we've done has come out yet. As far as songwriting, but I have vocal produced her on other things that have been released, and she's a superstar.
And you're a superstar. I just have to tell you. I told you earlier, I'm like, people really need to give you your flowers. You're so amazing. You're so talented. Yes.
Thank you.
It's not the flowers. We give you some plants.
Yes, some aloe.
All right. So I know that your tweet went viral. You reached out to Dua Lipa in regards to her single or her song Levitating with DaBaby, and you said that you'll fill in for DaBaby's verse.
Yeah.
Did you ever, did she ever respond to that tweet? Did she say her team? What's going on?
Girls and crickets. No, I was just really just putting my application in, like, just so you know.
Yeah.
I just love the song. I think the song's great, and I've been in a 70s disco place, so I was just like, why not? 2 women get together, and not that she needs it at all.
Right.
I'm just a fan.
Yeah, and you're fire, so why not?
Thank you. But yeah, my tweet was more so just I've been a fan of the song since it's come out, and I'm just like, if you're gonna take him off, just consider little old me first. You know.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I mean, you know, now he's not on, you know, several shows, so we could just put you in there.
I mean, I'm just gonna be here replacing. I'm down.
Yeah, but speaking of which, you do have 2 shows coming up. So which shows are that and when? We're excited to see you perform.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, I feel like I just hope I don't pass out because I'm so excited. Like, it's been a year of the last thing I did was Jimmy Kimmel before the pandemic, and it was my first televised performance. Wow. And it's the last, you know, and then I did some film performances while pregnant, but this will be the first time I'm seeing people again, you know. So my first show that I'll have back is Lights On Fest in Brooklyn. Yay. Super excited to be a part of hers lineup. And then there's Day in Vegas, and I think that's in November. Awesome. So I'm already in the gym prepping for those shows. I'm like, dun, 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 dun,
I love that theme.
Yeah. I'm like, I gotta get ready. You know, it's like post baby, body's different now. Yes. So like, I just want to make sure I give the people, you know,
what they deserve.
My best. Yes. You know, my very best. So.
Yes. Now, before we head out, I have to ask you, what is one thing, or is there anything that we missed that you want to talk to your fans and tell them?
No, I think that's everything. I really just want people to enjoy Coastin. Yeah. Coast on over to your streaming platforms and your favorite radio station. And you know, I really love the support, and I think when people press play, it may give them a little bit of sunshine back. So, yeah, just listen to Coastin and have a good time. Enjoy your summer.
Love to see it, girl. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Victoria Monet.